项，这是不是 T1吧？
Just arrived in Shanghai Pudong Airport, which is ticking all my favourite Chinese airport boxes. There's the hot water machines everywhere, there's the really weird roof architecture, not yet rivaling Shenzhen's roof architecture, which has to be the weirdest. But yeah, it's good, it's good. So this is kind of the end of 2 weeks of camp now. They're both really good, like really good weeks, working with a really good group of people. The second one, like, what with there being a lot less staff at the... Where's my gate? My gate is here. What with there being a lot less staff at the second one, it was, I don't know, like, kind of more enjoyable in regard to work at, simply because the amount of, like, responsibility that I then had was larger. So it was kind of like, I designed, like, the surveys and stuff. So I'm just aware of all the, like, data and data collection. Also, like, I had to, like, sort out how all the data collection would happen. And, like, just do things. In that there was just less people, so I had more responsibility, which made it really good fun. The first one was also good fun, but kind of in a different regard, right? Like, I was very happy that for the first one I wasn't in a position of responsibility because I wasn't really sure what I was meant to be doing, but rather, you know, the plan being that working alongside someone in the first week then trained me up perfectly to be able to do my own thing in the second. So yeah, really enjoyable. Looking forward to running all of the survey data through Excel because this is my idea of fun. Yeah, but that's kind of the summary on camp. Now I'm gonna head back to Beijing. I have I think it's about a 2 hour, I forget how long, but maybe a 2 hour, 3 hour flight to Beijing. 4 hours in the train, I can't remember. But Air China bans mobile phones, so I will be reading. I have a Chinese book that I'm meant to be reading. I will probably chat about in due time. But yeah, I have that coming up, so it's just gonna be nice to have a few hours away from a phone, being forced to do something vaguely productive. Just right back in Beijing. I'm about to get the bus thing to the baggage picking up place. Plane is here, and as you can probably tell, I spent most of the flight sleeping, which, while a shame, probably a good thing, as I have a feeling tonight's going to be a long one. I'm looking worried about the availability of taxis since it's Chinese New Year today, and it seems that anybody is not at work. So there is a queue for the taxi rank, but I have no idea how long this is going to last for. Sorry, I'm just crossing it. I am in half a mind to just head on to just try and get the subway instead. I don't know, it's the variable. I think I'll wait for the taxi line. Okay, next step. I swear I'm in this frame somewhere, it's just really dark. Next step, drop off things at house. This involves going back, very quickly putting the washing on. Look, it's all Chinese New Year-y. Look how light things are. It's just open. So very quickly dropping stuff off at house. Here is also Chinese New Year-y. Put washing on, and then I'm going to get the train to, and then get back in the taxi to Tianjin. So all is going well, but I'm trying to make this the fastest operation possible, and you know, that's not very easy if you're as forgetful as I am. So let's hope that I do have all the moving parts in order. Okay, a really quick change into something a bit nicer. Picked up passport, dropped off suitcase, done paranoid double checking I have everything. And now it's time to hit the road again. And grab another taxi.
To the like ancient cultural street in Tianjin.
Is this the one that just looks like it's a part of London? I'll take that as a yes.
No, it's like ancient culture, but like it will be full of people. I don't really want to go there. It's great fun, but it's like just people.
随便，科随主。
为了保证在旅途中的权益，现在铁路部门推出旅客乘一险业务，您只需要花费3元钱，即可获得一份在指定行程内相符的人身。
Always reassuring. The largest train station I've ever been to was run off Windows XP. You...
Oh, it's super funny when I like, you know that Tim used to have a Korean girlfriend, right?
Yes.
So that all of the Korean
Yeah.
sound super like that's like even.
Where are we going?
More, 16.
That's 10. That's 11.
Yeah. Whoa, it's so far away.
Wait. So why does can we not just sit in one of these? Because it's not like they're gonna fill up.
Yeah, so that's why I was saying jump on. Anyways, so like the difference in spoken language between gender is even more like obvious in Korean than in Chinese.
Oh yeah. Because Korean's like a really weird language, right?
Yeah. So people are
Currently enjoying Jalsa with like patriotic television on in the background. I really don't understand it, but if I know one thing, I know that I love China. And that its impressive military might is very impressive and very mighty. Future Matthew here for context. So basically what had happened is I'd finished Shanghai camp, I'd then flown back to Beijing. From Beijing I've got what did I do next? I got the taxi to Beijing South, I got the train from Beijing South to Tianjin, then got the subway to Ivy's house with Ivy. The plan being that I'd spend Chinese New Year with her family there. So what's happened? So basically Chinese New Year, these celebrations were in 2 parts. The first part involved like spending the night at Ivy's house with like Ivy's mum, Ivy's dad, Ivy, only child, unsurprisingly. Eating like jalsa, which is these kind of like steamed stuffed buns. So I like had some small role in making these, although I'm going to emphasize that I had a small role, because realistically I was only really making them for the novelty effect of, hey look, the foreigners trying to make them. But that was really good fun. There's also this weird TV thing on in the background that I'm going to show excerpts of after this. But first segment went really well. Ivy's parents were really nice. The dad spoke, the dad spoke like okay English. His English was probably better than my Chinese, but he relied mostly on Chinese. The mum spoke no English, so I just basically chatted with them in Chinese for 2 hours maybe, which was really tiring. I slept well that night.
这网也别太晚
not
了。
recording it. You're not recording. Yeah.
别太晚了，都11点。
现在就正常早上啊。今天那个你们尬聊，然后我就带了个扑克，实在不行咱们可以斗地主。
行。
好，那我晚上。 can go to the hotel and open a television. This is like in every single channel now.
Really?
On.
这会儿你拿你的电脑，你拿电脑。
This is on every single channel now.
啊，没事没事，他就觉得倍那什么倍逗，给他妈录一下。
这给他妈录好。
Future Matthew again. So basically, the clips you've just seen are some like things of me driving around Tianjin from the hotel I was staying at. Simply because, so basically, there was nowhere there's no spare room I could sleep in Ivy's house, so I ended up just staying in a nearby hotel, which was like fine with me because it meant that I got like a nice shower, and my home in Beijing does not have a nice shower. So the clips you're about to see are the ones of me driving through Beijing, essentially. Me driving through Tianjin to Ivy's grandmother's house. So the reason that I'm going to show these clips is that, like, Tianjin's, like, it's an interesting city, right? One thing you've probably heard recently on the... God damn it, the Beijing railway station thing is doing that weird music thing it does. These trains are so annoying. Like, realistically, I really like to see a study. When they remind you to, like, not lose your baggage, I wonder if there's a noticeable statistical effect of how many less people lose their baggage. Anyway, I digress. As you've heard me whine about a lot, Beijing looks... Oh, wow, pretty sure the seat I'm on... Wow, the seat I'm on is broken. Look at this, it's spinning. It's not going to do this. I'm almost certain that this is broken. Watch. Shit. Oh, the man's cool. It's okay, the train man didn't notice me. Where was I going with this? Oh yeah, okay, that's now... I'm gonna move somewhere else. So yeah, Tianjin, really nice city. Boring city, looks a lot like Europe. This is kind of, after this is footage of a concert hall I passed, also just like other cool things going on in the city. So, Future Matthew, last time you'll see me. Also, you're mostly getting these Future Matthew clips because voiceovers, boring for me to make. Whereas this involves hearing the sound of my own voice, which I enjoy a lot more. So basically you've just seen me passing through the city. Then what basically happens, I went to Ivy's grand's house, where kind of the extended family, we all met up. None of them spoke English bar Ivy's dad, and I think Ivy's dad's brother spoke like not much. Enough. So it was mostly just me chatting with them the whole time, which went well, I think. So when I was in Shenzhen, David's dad taught me how to play this card game called Beat the Landlord, which is a wonderful... So basically I began by being like, haha, China, you have a card game called Beat the Landlord, but then I remembered that England has a card game called has a board game called Monopoly, so you know, something like kettles and pots and blackness. So yeah, that went well. I was very happy I knew how to play Beat the Landlord, as it's a lot easier to, basically because I also know all the Beat the Landlord related vocabulary, so I could kind of talk about Beat the Landlord. But it went well. The food was delicious. Small talk in Chinese was terrifying, but I think went well. Then the footage you're going to see after this is basically just me wandering around this like street thing, this like culture history street thing. 所以我们穿哦，那你我们穿什么？
Like a car license.
啊
He just bought for you, so that.
哦，好，great.
Hey, we're in the ancient cultural street now.
Where are we? Do you want to explain?
What?
Do you want to explain? Where are we?
We're in the ancient cultural street. Don't. Where else we got lost?
你去哪儿啊？
On this street.
好好，
Hello, isn't this cool?
别说了。 And with that, I'm back in an interchangeable Chinese train station. I've had a really good few days. Well, a few days, wow, it's only one day. It's been hella intense though, so it feels like a lot of days. I'm now just, is this the right train? Yeah, this is the right train. I'm now just in the train station, about to head back to Beijing. I have a few hours relaxing. I have a night relaxing, and then I'm going to pick up Mum and Kay from the airport tomorrow morning, which I'm really looking forward to. Everything with Ivy today went really well. Turns out that the only thing more tiring than meeting your girlfriend's family is meeting your girlfriend's family when none of them speak English and you are trying to be likable in your second language. That was fun, but it's over now. Also, I'm told it went well, but I only know these things for very words, tired, so tired. I only know these things for a very filtered perception. That's what I meant to say. But yeah, so this is me heading once more to Beijing South Railway Station, my home away from home.